people of the internet? How is everybody doing today? I'm doing alright, thanks for asking. So, there are currently a whole bunch of Carcanos and other surplus flooding into the United States from Ethiopia, and I decided myself to go ahead and hop on the bandwagon and get myself one of these rifles. This is a model 9124, the Troop Special Rifle, simply because, well, I felt like having one. Now, I do already own a 6.5 Carcano. It is a shortened 1891. It still has the 1891 rear sight on it, and it has a non-curved bolt handle. I don't know why I said non-curved. It has a straight bolt handle. I decided to get myself a Carcano that was still in its original military configuration, but I wanted one of the little short rifles. I will be getting an 1891 as well, but that's down the road. I was going to get this 9124 from Royal Tiger Imports, but they are kind of on the sketchier side. They're really like rolling the dice if you're buying from them. Some of the things that you get from them, they're okay. Other things are in really rough shape. So one of the gun channels that I'm actually doing a collaboration with, they ended up getting one of these rifles, exactly this, from Bud's Gun Shop. So I watched his unboxing video and I decided to myself, hey, why don't I get in on that bandwagon? And I got myself a Troop Special rifle from Bud's Gun Shop, just like he did. I'm going to be unboxing it just like he did. The guy I am, of course, referring to, his channel is called Readiness Reviews. I will leave a link down in the description below so you can go check out his channel. You're going to be seeing him around a lot because me and him are having some collaborations that we're going to get done. So, I have not seen this rifle yet. Don't know if I said that already, but according to the box, which has been absolutely shredded to pieces during shipping, it is very possible that this is going to be in rough shape, but I am like kind of expecting it to be in rough shape. A lot of these Carcanos and whatnot coming out of Ethiopia, they are at a good price, but they are rough. So let's go ahead and just use my AK-47 bayonet here and slice her open. Okay, our first impressions. I might need to do a little bit more slicing. Okay, now that I've successfully mauled the box more than it was originally mauled, we can go ahead and open this up. It looks like we have, cool, that's my receipt, put that over there. It looks like it was packed all right. This is definitely better packing than some of the guns that I've seen shipped in. We got nice paper, we got some bubble wrap here. Let's go ahead and pull the Carcano out and give it a look. Oh, look at that. Got me a little sticker from Bud's. That's going up on my sticker wall. It's been a little while since you guys seen that. Okay, let's see if we can get this bubble wrap off without really tearing anything up. So far the stock looks like it's in pretty good shape. I've definitely seen worse stocks. Definitely has some cosmoline on it, but it looks okay. We're looking at a 1918 production rifle. Yes, 1918. This is a tourney-made rifle. This right here does, in fact, have the updated rear sights on it. I can't get over the ludicrous amount of cosmoline that is all over this bolt, though. Let me go ahead and grab me some paper towels to wipe that off. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why they have the bolts, like, opened inside the rifle. That might have happened during shipping. I don't see any cracks or real significant dings in the stock, though. That's a really good sign. Let's see now. I can not really read that. 3426 maybe? 3426. The stock matches the rifle. Oh, hell yeah. We got some serial numbers on the bolt itself. Does not look like the bolt matches. The bolt says 38, so yeah, that is a non-matching bolt. Hopefully it head spaces properly. Alright, all in all, I would say this rifle is in fairly decent shape. After I get this cosmoline off, I'll go ahead and close the rifle up. Function tested. Why the hell am I wiping this bolt off while it's still in the gun? At least we know the trigger works now. Oh yeah, look at all that caked on cosmoline. Hot damn, that's what I'm talking about. I'll have to go through this thing, take it apart, completely clean it out, because, wow, she is caked in Cosmoline. This bolt would make Mother Russia proud. Okay, well, we got a good portion of the Cosmoline off from the outside of the bolts. I will have to disassemble it and clean out the inside, though. This isn't going to get all of it. I'm just wiping it with a clear rag to get all the big gloops off. While we have the rifle out, let me grab me a flashlight. We'll go ahead and check the bore. Just a heads up, back whenever the 1891 was being made, it was being made with a different kind of rifling than what we use today. This particular rifling actually sped up the bullet as the bullet traveled down the barrel. The Italians had a lot of issues with the jacket separating off their bullet because the bullet was spinning up too rapidly, too quickly. So they went ahead and they adjusted the rifling for that, and whenever these rifles were shortened, they just took the long-barreled 1891s and they just cut the tip of the barrel off, just circumcised that motherfucker, turned it into a smaller rifle. That's all fine and dandy. Unfortunately, with the difference in rifling, they didn't readjust the rifle to make up for it. So you just have this rifling that's incomplete, doesn't speed up the bullet quite as much as it should, so the bullet does not stabilize itself properly. Now, as far as the bore in this thing, it is kind of dark, but I can see the rifling in there. Okay, let me go ahead. I am going to... It is really cool that they have the cleaning rod that goes with this thing. A lot of the times whenever you get these rifles, they will not have the cleaning rod in them. So I'm going to use the cleaning rod, put it through the barrel, and make sure we have no barrel obstructions. Yep, went right through with no problems whatsoever. Tell you what though, guys, this thing is absolutely lathered in Cosmoline. And it looks like this particular 9124 does in fact have the updated bayonet lug on it. So I should be able to fit pretty much any bayonet I can find that has the standard pattern on it. Okay, well, we may have a problem anyway. I cannot get the bolts to close inside of the system. Give it a little love tap from the old love mallet there. Yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of like really caked on Cosmoline in the back of the rifle. I'll tell you what we're going to do about that. We're going to grab some Remington oil here, and we're going to just lather it up. Before I invest myself too much into this rifle, I'm going to take it out, function test it. If she seems to run halfway decently, then I'll go ahead, take her apart, give her a good scrubbing, but I'm not going to invest all that time if this thing doesn't even work. Okay, well, we're making progress. Definitely making progress. I can now close it by hand. There's that notorious sticky Carcano action that we all know and love. Okay, let's go ahead and test that trigger, see if she even fires. There's our sear. She fires. I can't imagine what kind of horror show is going on inside this Carcano bolt. There's probably so much Cosmoline just all slathered in there, knocking around on itself. Let's go ahead, check out the rear sights on this bad boy. Alright, flip them all the way around so we have our battle sight. And, that looks pretty cool. Nice. Okay, we have ourselves one genuine, although kind of crusty, Italian Carcano 9124. Let's bring it out to the range, see if we can manage to get some rounds to fire through this thing. And then after that, I'm going to completely strip this thing down, if it functions properly. Oh, wow, look at that, the import mark. If she functions halfway decently, then I'm going to... Oh, okay, it looks like my sling swivel's been bent a little bit, but that's okay. She's seen a hard life, I'm sure. I doubt that I'll record me cleaning this thing up, because I tend to do things like that, like while I'm doing other things. Hell, even if this thing doesn't work, I still might just clean it up. If we have soft primer hits or no primer hits, that could be due to the Cosmoline in the bolt, so I'm not going to count that against the rifle. Okay, well, first things first, let's go ahead, open this bad boy up. Let's see if this feeding mechanism in this thing actually works. It seems to, but I think there might be something off on it. It just doesn't feel right. Not from the Carcanos that I've messed with in my time. Whenever I disassemble this thing, I'll give it a look. Let's go ahead and see if it feeds well enough to fire off at least a couple of rounds. Wow, that slid right in there. Okay, let's see if we can close this bolt. Like I said, the clip I have for this thing is kind of crappy, and on my good Carcanos, it doesn't always want to close, so look at that. Okay. Yep, a little gritty, but hey, she closed. Let's go ahead. We got the battle sight on. Lob a couple rounds downrange. Failure to fire. Probably a result of the cosmoline. Yep, just as I thought. It would appear we didn't even have a primer strike. So I'm going to take this thing apart, check the firing pin, see if that's even functioning. Let's go ahead, see if we can pop this clip out. Alright, our clip detach button is pretty damn stiff. Almost feels like there's something not working properly in there. Okay, so I will have to disassemble this thing before I go about firing it. And that's kind of what I was expecting. I'm hoping that we don't have a broken firing pin. That's like my main concern. As a matter of fact, I can check that right now. Let me go ahead and very gingerly just slowly lower that. Interesting. So this is down, but the firing pin has not protruded. We might have a broken firing pin, folks. Well, the only thing to know, or the only way to figure that out for sure, is to fully disassemble this thing. So I will be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after completely disassembling my bolt here, I have decided and determined that we do in fact have a broken firing pin right there. There should be quite a deal longer, but it simply is not. So I will have to get another firing pin for my rifle here. I do, however, have this firing pin, so I'm actually going to reassemble my 9124 bolt with the firing pin from my questionable, unknown Carcano. I'm not entirely positive what it is. But the firing pin seems to be the same, so I'm going to load them up, we're going to head back out, and see if we can get this thing to fire like that. And while I have the bolt apart, I'm going through cleaning off a good portion of this here cosmoline, because there's no point in not doing that while I have it out and ready. Of course, to be fair, there's a lot less cosmoline inside of this bolt than I thought there would be. Okay, well, now that we are reassembled, we should just have a functioning bolt that should work well. I mean, I could have just ran that Carcano bolt inside of that Carcano. They're both, you know, going to be non-matching bolts. But this is the one that came with the rifle, so this is the one we're going to use. Let's go ahead and pop this mother lover back in there. Careful not to actually load the rifle. Nope, that's the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. Okay, here we go, having a solid take two on trying to see if I can get this Carcano running. I don't like that round right there. This clip is not the best, but it does lock into the Carcano, so we are there. And she does chamber. Let's see if she fires this time. We have detonation. And it even cycled. Pretty sure I'm firing high. These right here, we're sitting at about 50 yards right now. These are rated, they're battle sights 300 to 400 or something like that. So I got to fire the balls of that target there. Clip malfunction. Every time I get long ammo with this particular clip, she always likes to, it's a little warped. She likes to not function properly. You know what, fine, clip, get out of there. Who needs you? Get lost. I only have one round left anyway. I pulled an Ian McCullum. My sear dropped while my rifle was, while my bolt was out of the rifle there. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, now I have to find my clip. It is somewhere right here. I threw it on the ground. I'm sorry I was mean to you. Please don't leave me. You're all I have. Literally all I have. Okay, I found it. There it goes, doing it again. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder why that does that. Let me go ahead, bring that down, and I'll reconk it, just bring it out. Now, how do you like that? We probably still have some cosmoline that's stuck in there. Maybe it's not seating properly. I'll figure it out. Anyway, it's pretty obvious that I will need to get myself a new firing pin for this thing. However, besides that, the rifle seems to be functioning just fine. Seems to be pretty well on target, although I have to aim it like the grass underneath the silhouette in order to hit anything. But besides that, hey, it works. So now that we've proven that the rifle actually works, I will be like fully disassembling it, soaking it. I normally use WD-40 and mineral oil to get rid of cosmoline. That's just how I do it. I'll be doing that on like my own time. Anyway, if you like this kind of stuff, go subscribe to the channel because I do this kind of stuff all the time. Go ahead and go check out Readiness reviews. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. He does some pretty cool stuff, you know, guns, MREs, things that people with, you know, testicles actually enjoy. If your go-to is soy lattes, then this is definitely not the place for you. Check out the description as well. You're going to find a link to my second channel. It's a great channel. It's a gaming channel. I get drunk, play video games, put that up on YouTube, and that's just, you know, what I do. That's my fallback plan in case YouTube decides to get rid of this channel. So for the price, hey, I got myself a 9124 Carcano. I was hoping I'd get kind of an older one, but I still got one, so I'm not complaining at all. I'm going to be comparing this one to my M38 and 735, and they are very similar rifles besides just the caliber and the rear sights, so that's going to make a very interesting video. I hope you want to stick around for that. If you like the video, do me a favor and actually like the video. That definitely helps out plenty. Now that all that outro is said, I'm just going to say thanks for watching. It's getting dark and it's time for me to grab a beer, or like 6. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. Shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.